The title of this podcast is Complaining to Others. I often tell people that what Keith 1.0 was like. One of the traits that I had or characteristics was complaining. I took it to a whole new level. I complained as if it was a superpower that I was given. I was so good at it. I could ruin moments and make it seem like there was no other way to see the situation. I would make a problem out of everything. Walk in a restaurant, complaining about the lighting. The service was too slow, complaining about it. Server walks by, didn't top off the water glass. That's a problem. Arizona heat during the summer, don't get me started. Being at work and I'm noticing a coworker taking a break, and I, in that moment, happen to be working hard. I'm complaining about why won't they come over and offer help? You name it, I did it. I would always find a way to complain. At a lecture, I get a glimpse of how many slides the presenter has to go through before the presentation's in. 60 slides. Are you kidding me? Know your audience. You're going to read every bullet point? This was me. I made a problem out of every single situation. Every once in a while, I might find something that pleased me, but it was fleeting. So it almost didn't count because I was complaining about everything. And then I met somebody who complained more than I did, which was a shock. I didn't even know that even existed. And I was like, wow, Debbie Downer. Like, really? That's putting a sour mood on our whole vibe here, because that was one of those rare moments in which I was actually peaceful or having a good time. And I remember complaining to a friend, or I said complaining. I remember talking to a friend. That's what I said, but I was actually complaining to a friend about this other person who was always negative and complaining. And they just smiled. And I got the hint. I got it. That person was just a reflection of me. And the only reason I was able to notice it this time was because I wasn't complaining in the same moment, or I wasn't agreeing with their assessment of the moment. And so I was able to make the distinction between the two. But really, I've been complaining the whole time. And so when I started doing the well-being practice and working on myself and stopped complaining about things that are outside of my control, I stopped having this attachment. Things needed to be a certain way for me to be okay inside. Once all that stopped, what I noticed was all my complaining was doing was just involving others and my internal problems, the mess that I had inside, and all my suffering. And once I got clear on how it's costing others in their experience, I said, that's got to stop. I didn't tell anybody, didn't make any announcements about what I was doing. I just began working on myself. And every time my mind would do what it had been doing for decades, I started to become really aware that it was doing it. And then I started training my mind that we're going to replace those negative narratives that you spin with something else. We'll replace them with 2 words. And those 2 words are no comment. And internally, that's all my mind is allowed to say, because I'm the boss in here, not my mind. That's all it's allowed to say the minute that I want to complain or judge someone or something. All it can say is no comment. And the moment that I do that, I become rooted in the present moment. And I began to smile inside and celebrate, not ruining the moment or limiting my ability to see the other possibilities that are available in that same moment. And that is a beautiful thing. And the moment that I do that, I feel myself open up, my heart opens up, and inner peace just rushes in and fills that space that was previously occupied by complaining. So if you're a complainer, I hope this podcast resonates with you. And there's a different path that you can take so that you don't involve other people who didn't ask to be involved in it with the melodrama that goes on inside. Man, they will thank you for it.